Brunch at the OG&E doesn't quite have the same ring as breakfast at the Big House, but we're here. Championship Saturday, the final day of high school basketball in the state of Oklahoma. 6 title games on tap as it's girls basketball action in the first session of the day, with titles being played for 3A, 2A, and 5A. You can catch them all right here on Squirtle and across the Sports Animal streaming platforms. Coming up, pregame coverage of our 3A state championship game. Top-ranked Washington taking on second-ranked Adair. We'll be back after this on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Need insurance that serves you and not the other way around? At Brining Insurance, we're independent, which means we work for you, not the carriers. Home, auto, business, or farm, we work as hard as you do. Whether you need a hand-finding and portable insurance for your church, someone to help wrestle that school policy, or someone to help plug the leaks in your municipal coverage, get a hold of Robert Wagner. He can help. Call 580-628-2559 today or start your quote anytime at brininginsure.com.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We are making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everyone. OG&E Coliseum, as it is our first state championship game of the day. Top-ranked 3A Washington looking to repeat 30-1 on the season, taking on a second-ranked Adair squad that's making their 28th state tournament appearance. A lot of history state tournament-wise between these two schools. For second-ranked Adair, 29-2 now on the year, as they made their way into the state finals with an opening round win over 8th-ranked Anadarko, 60-29. Then they were able to basically snap up what would have been a repeat matchup of last year's state championship, knocking off third-ranked Sequoia Tahlequah 49-39. And so far this season, Adair 13-0 against 3A competition. 4 titles to their credit, the last coming in 2019 with runner-up appearances as well. They've had 7 state title appearances, including today. This year they're led by Adam Katutsi, who is first-year head coach, longtime assistant to Coach Scott Winfield, who laid claim to that title in 19 and 09. As for Washington, interesting coaching tree there. It is the Simon Brothers coaching tree, for those that don't know, with over 20 combined state championships between the Simon Brothers, going back to baseball with Ed Simon, Dak Simon, who is now in administration down at Tushka. This Simon, Kel Simon, who already has 2 boys state championships, one with Roth in 2010, another with Okema in 2014. For those that remember that team, Austin Gwynn that year, 30 points and 9 rebounds in the 3A state championship game. This year, looking for his second girls title after leading Washington to their first title since 2007, a year ago. For Washington, this is their 21st appearance, but all time they have been dominant. 30-16 their record, as this is their 10th finals appearance, as they are currently looking for their 5th ever state basketball championship. Coming up, we'll take a look at the key players in this one. It is the 3A girls state basketball title game. Washington Adair. We continue on after this from the OG&E Coliseum on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Starts here at Upper Crust. The details are deliberate, perfectly on purpose. From that warm greeting to the wood-fired smoky char of our signature pies. Upper Crust, gather round.
Martin's Machine Shop, a family-owned business since 1974, serves Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. They offer full machine shop, welding, and metal working capabilities for repair and fabrication. Their fluid power division repairs hydraulic cylinders, pumps, motors, and valves, and includes a full inventory of 6,000 PSI hose and fittings. Give them a call at 580-227-2734 or connect through their website, www.martinsmachineshop.com, to see how they can assist you today.
Our brand, Octus Legacy Private Wealth Management, is a reflection on our commitment to our clients, each other, and the growth we hope to achieve. As friends for multiple years, we operate like a tight-knit family where harmony and collaboration thrive. Our dedicated team of financial professionals complement each other, drawing on decades of shared experience. With a keen eye for detail, we understand each other's strengths, allowing us to deliver quality service. Our camaraderie extends beyond the workplace. We connect as friends, checking in over the weekends to stay connected. Our bond transcends the typical 9-to-5 workday, reflecting our commitment to genuine relationships. To become a client today, call us at 405-252-5925.
Welcome back, everyone. OG&E Coliseum, Jay Lindley alongside Adam Dieselhorst. It is the 3A State Basketball Girls Championship, the first of 3 girls games to be played here in this morning session, as for Washington looking for a repeat title. Would be their first repeat title since their first set of titles in 2003 and 2004. As we look at some of the key players to watch, and one of the biggest players to watch, Kelby Beller, the 5'7" senior averaging 10.5 points per game, will be attending Southwestern Oklahoma State University out in Weatherford. And across from her for Adair, Allie Sweatfeger, who for the season averaging 17 points per game, the 5'7" senior, will be going on to play at Northwestern Oklahoma State in Alva. So those two just basically meeting for the first time. Will continue this meeting for perhaps the next 4 to 5 years, depending upon eligibility. And I'll bring in my partner here, Adam Dieselhorst. You were telling me off air, very familiar with one another.
Yeah.
This will be the first real action between the two, but they've been teammates.
Yeah, they play together in the summertime, Team Oklahoma. I believe a handful of these other girls, too, as well. A lot of these small school girls, 3A and down, typically in the summertime play together. So it'd be pretty cool for this matchup against them. Then obviously, like you said, Jay, seeing each other in the GAC probably for the next foreseeable future. Two just extremely talented players. But, you know, outside of them, you're going to talk about some more players that are really great players on both these rosters.
We'll get to the starters here in just a bit. Some numbers to know going in. Washington, high-powered offense, averaging 70 points per game. They're allowing only 36 per game. An average margin of victory of 34 points per contest. Adair, they hang their head on defense, averaging 59 points per contest, but they allow only 30.6 points per game. Both teams are the Lady Warriors, so we'll be referring to them as Washington and Adair for the entirety of the broadcast. Coming up, starters after this from the OG&E Coliseum. It is the 3A Girls State Basketball Championships, coming to you live on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
As you travel down the road to the gold ball, know that you can always get a slam dunk of a deal at Jansen GMC on North Van Buren in Enid. It's always a smooth ride in a 2020 GMC Sierra, Canyon, Yukon, Terrain, or Acadia. Jansen's offers one of the best lineups of used cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs in Enid. Check JansenGMC.com for details. Drive a little, save a lot at Jansen GMC, 2602 North Van Buren in Enid.
When life takes an unexpected turn, you need someone who truly understands what you're going through. At Nixon Dieselhorst, we've spent decades helping Oklahomans find justice, standing up for what's right, and fighting for the results they deserve. Every client matters. Every story deserves to be heard. We are here standing with you. Call Nixon Dieselhorst today because justice, integrity, and results aren't just words. They're what we stand for.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs. With over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Welcome back, everyone. setting on Radio Row here at the new OG&E Coliseum. Jay Lindley alongside Adam Diesel. So let's take a look at the starters for this game as we begin first with top-ranked Washington. 30-1 on the season. Their lone loss this year coming to 2A Dale, who was upset in the opening round of this year's 2A state title. They won the Bertha Frank team with wins over Kiowa, Lomega, and Kingfisher. Of course, going across a variety of classifications. One note, they opened the season with a 63-56 overtime win over Riverside. Other than the loss, that's the closest game they've had all season long. They're led by a freshman, a standout freshman, who's already getting some look perhaps at the D1 level. Bentley Brantley, a 5'8 freshman averaging 12 points per game. She'll be joined in the backcourt by the before-mentioned 5'7 senior Kelby Beller, who'll be going to Southwestern Oklahoma State. Then a pair of forwards, a 5'9 senior in Jaden Wells and a 5'9 sophomore, the younger sister of Kelby, Riley Beller, who's also getting some collegiate looks. And then Presley Johnson, the big presence on the inside, who at 6'1 averages 13.5 points per game and currently filling some offers at the AIA level. Taking a look at Adair. Lady Warriors 29-2 on the season, and as you can tell, we're setting amongst the Adair fan base, coached by Adam Catuzzi now in his first year as head coach after being the wingman to Scott Wingfield for a number of years. An outstanding point guard in the 5'3 senior Finley Grubbs, more of a facilitator, averages 5 points per game. She'll be joined by a 5'5 junior and Keely Sanders. Sanders averaging 7 points per contest. And then they get long and lean, a 5'10 sophomore in Reagan Langley and a 6'2 senior Hannah Bond, who averaging 13 points per game. Won't have to change her color scheme very much. She's going to Northeastern Oklahoma State, who also sports green in their colors, although more of a force green for Northeastern Oklahoma State. Is the 3A title game, struggling after calling 4A and 6A games yesterday. They have to defer to Adam a few times here today. Washington, they are in the home whites. Adair, they are in the road Kelly greens with the white numerals and lettering trimmed in yellow gold. Final thoughts before we get this one underway. The two teams have not met this season.
Well, I mean, it's 1 versus 2. They've been at the top all year long. It's going to be interesting to see stylistically. You know, Washington loves the press. They love to create turnovers. Can Adair take care of the ball? And if they can, I believe they'll have success in the half court. And on the other side of the ball, how will Adair guard Washington? That's kind of the big question. Obviously, I think they both kind of have to ask each other that when you're looking at the talent with Swedfigger and Bond. But I think this is a great matchup, but I really think it's going to come down to who can take care of the ball just by how both these teams tend to play and who plays better defense in the end.
Both teams won by double figures in both of their quarterfinal and semifinal games. I mentioned Adair, Washington's path to the title, knocking off 18th-ranked Metro Christian 60-43, and then manhandling 4th-ranked Alva 67-46, 15-0 in 3A hoops. And the opening tip won by Washington. They'll move right to left here in front of us. Nice crowd here for a morning session at the OG&E Coliseum. Familiar grounds for both teams. Washington. Beller here in the corner, now back up top to Presley Johnson. She'll find Kelby Beller at the right elbow. Looping it back out right wing to Briley Beller. Already working. 30 seconds into the clock. 3 on the way from Johnson. This one a miss. Rebound underneath by Bond.
That's a shot Washington wants. They typically don't spend a lot of time on offense. You're going to see them put up a lot of shots.
Here's a wide open look for Sanders, but she passes it up. Gives to Swedfigger. Now driving, kicking back out. Pass over the defense. Eric pass. Stolen away. Kelby Beller. Foot races on. Arm bars her way to the rim. It scores. 2-0 early. Washington in front. A little under a minute into this one, and high pressure defense here being applied by Washington. This coach Simon roaming the sidelines on the far side as his team forces a turnover. Bad pass that goes into the baseline, out of bounds.
Yeah, 2 turnovers for Adair. First, just a completely errant pass across the defense, and the second one, Bond just kind of outthrows her outlet.
Beller brings it up the floor, drifts to the left wing. We'll hand off here to Johnson. Back up top to Wells, and they'll swing it right side. The freshman Bentley on the drive. Kick pass, Beller, corner for three. And a left corner three for Beller. She has scored all 5 points. And Washington off and running a minute and a half into the 3A title game. Long pass up the floor and almost lost by Langley along the near sidelines. Adair moving left to right here in front of us. And it is Sanders with the basketball. She'll swing it high post right to Langley. Back up top. Sanders wants a three. That one a miss. Rebound. Put back is good for Reagan Langley. So Langley has Adair on the board, but Washington wasting no time. Bentley, the freshman, drawing a double team, has Beller open in the corner. She receives the pass, but is closed out quickly. Move it around to Wells. Now down into the right side to Briley Beller. Back to the older Beller, who knocks down her second three of the game.
Well, she is on a mission here. Man, what a great triple screen set that time by Washington to free up Beller for the open three.
Averaged only 10 points per game for the season, but she's already got 8 here. Driving and a pull-up by Sweatbecker, and it's off to the right. Backside rebound hauled in by Beller. Kelby Beller up the left side, dribbling with the left hand. Now back up top. They'll swing it to the right. Jab step and a drive by Johnson down the left side of the lane, and she scores. An easy basket and a quick timeout by Adair. Washington 10, Adair 2, 5:10 to go here in the first. Back after this on Scortal and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Every day. Ready. When tragedy strikes, we're prepared. It's what we do. It's who we are. Community is the heart of rural healthcare. We come together on some of the worst days because we're holding hope that together we'll experience the best days too.
Never one to shy away from controversy. Let's think about this last night. These games, the 2A and 3A girls title games, 4A title games, to me, that's the sweet spot of Oklahoma high school basketball.
I agree. I think
you end up with these matchups where you have standout individual players, and many a times it either is the star that shines or someone who is making their last shot ever in any sort of basketball. And here early, it's Washington is off as Sweatbecker misses a long-range three. Bentley with the rebound. And Washington with their first timeout, or turnover, as Brantley was trying to find Briley Beller up the left side. Do you think about what we saw yesterday in the 6A game? A lot of talent on the floor, but more physical, more evenly matched. Here you get some crazy performances. And of course, the crowds travel really well.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I think this, obviously there's great basketball across the board in all classes, boys and girls, but, man, these middle classes are a lot of times extremely fun to watch. And you're right, Jay, a lot of times, too, college-level talent. You mix in with some great athletes and great programs.
Sweatbecker was trying to find her post player, Hannah Bond, but throws it away. Third turnover already for Adair. And Washington, after turning it over, not hurt by that turnover, will get into their offensive set. Wells finding Kelby Beller, a miss, but a rebound underneath by Brantley. Back out, three on the way. Beller missing that one. Rebound by Sweatbecker. She'll work it up the floor against the freshman, loses it, and a foul is called. Bentley Brantley whistled for that one. That is the first foul of the game, and it comes near the midway point of this first quarter. Grubbs will inbound, and Sweatbecker will bring it up center court. Brace on her right wrist finds Grubbs for three. That one a miss. And Kelby Beller with her second rebound of the game. Sporting the red headband, she crosses midcourt, moves it to the right half of the floor. Now to Johnson. Kick pass. Wells, left corner three. That one nicks the front of the iron. Brantley, the freshman, rebound. Circus shot, put back, won't go. Another rebound for Washington. Kick out to Johnson. Left wing three, and she gets it to go.
If you give them that many
to the game for Johnson.
If you give them that many opportunities, they're going to knock one down. They're just too talented And great job, great awareness under the basket, saving it out to the three-point line, and Johnson just drills the three.
Already 5 rebounds in this game for Washington. And think about this, how effective they've been offensively and defensively. 2 of those 5 are offensive boards that end up resulting in 3 second-chance points and another Adair turnover. That one was Morgan Bowles, who just checked into the game.
Well, early on we were talking about keys. Can Adair take care of the ball and not turn it over? So far early on, they have not answered that test.
Washington, a little bit different than what we saw yesterday. We saw some pressure in both of our women's contests, but most of that pressure was half court, three-quarter court. Washington forcing Adair to go full 90 feet. They're not wasting any space on the court.
No, and they move the ball so well. They share it so well, and they have threats all over the floor.
And a foul on the floor called against Finley Grubbs.
The other thing, too, Jay, if you notice, I know people out on the radio can't hear the audio, but the size differential. Washington's guards are all 5'9" and taller with a lot of great length. Even the 5'7" Brantley's got great length.
About to say, into the game comes Hadley Beard, a 5'11" freshman for Washington. As Kelby Beller scores at the rim. She's got 10 of her team's 15. The 2 seniors showing out. They've combined for all 15 points. And Washington leading in a rout as the pass batted out of bounds by Briley Beller on the far side. Adair retains possession of the basketball. They've struggled just to get it into the front court, let alone score so far. As I mentioned, Washington this season, a plus 34 in point differential per game. And they're already up by 13. Grubbs on a drive, kick pass into the left corner. Back now right, elbow to Boyles. Out to Sanders, Sanders to Bowles. Bowles hemmed up. We'll find Sweatberger now feeding Bond in the high post to drive. Well defended, ball is loose. Do they call a foul? They do. Bond whistled for the foul after the miss. Rebound was brought in by the freshman Beard, who then was subsequently shoved in the back by Bond.
Yeah.
Visibly frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, and just look at the emotion that Washington's playing with, too. I mean, a lot of energy.
Beller across midcourt, comes to the top of the key, finds the freshman as Sweatberger. If she keeps her hands straight up, she doesn't get whistled for the foul.
Yeah.
She basically 2 hands spiked it into the hardwood. But the problem was she went through the body of Beard in doing so.
She's getting ready for next year. They wouldn't have called that a foul in the GAC.
They don't call that in the GAC.
Not a bit of clean block.
My smart aleck retort, especially if they happen to be the conference player of the year, you can get away with murder.
Hadley Beard, man, just a freshman. I mean, look at these girls coming off the bench for Coach Simon. You think Washington's going anywhere?
No. She knocks down both, and it's 17-2, trapped up in the corner and bailed out with a foul. Who do they call it on? It's either on Brantley instead. It's on Johnson. Her first. I really, honestly, didn't think that was a foul, but they call it as such. And Grubbs will inbound. And the pass goes off of the face of Bond and easily into the hands of Johnson with another basket, another turnover, the 5th of the game, unofficially for Adair, as Grubbs gets it across midpoint. From the left wing, feeds Bond up high. Now out to Sanders, moves it left side to Grubbs. Loses a handle on it, regains control, and a pass stolen away by the freshman Beard. Outlet to Beller, up center court. Hesitates, kick out to Johnson, left wing 3, and an out. Rebound underneath, then the putback is good. Harper Johnson, the sophomore, with the basket. And here's another steal. Kelby Beller with that one. Kick pass, left side, Johnson for 3. That one a miss. Sanders with the rebound. Wow.
Adair is just completely rattled, and Washington is playing about as perfect of a game as they can.
Grubbs off the left wing. thing about it is, with 1:09 to go here, here's Bond, top of the key. That three, back of the iron, hits the top of the backboard. Rebound by Sanders. Washington has played so well. They've taken the Adair crowd out of it. They've taken their own crowd out of it. As a corner three drained by Presley Johnson. So the two seniors, Beller and Johnson, have 10 of their team's 24 points. Here's a long pass ahead, broken up. How about another steal? Kelby Beller down the left side of the lane to the rim. Misses. And Sweatbecker fouled as she retained that rebound underneath. Her third board of the game. Adair, who hangs their hat on defense so far this season, did a terrific job against Sequoia Tahlequah yesterday, holding ST to only 39 points. Really closed that game out. You and I watched that one from here as we were setting up for the 6A title game. It's kind of salted that game away in the final 3 minutes. I'm not sure they expected this.
Well, it can go south quick against Washington the way they pressure and play.
Sweatfeather fouled from behind, foul on Sanders. That is team foul number 4 on Washington.
The other thing that Washington does so well is in a situation like this, Sweatfigger being Adair's best player on the other side, it requires so much effort from her to try to get the ball up the floor against their press that it makes players tired on the other end of the floor, and you start seeing shots short, and they've missed some open shots. They've
had a few clean looks,
mm-hmm.
but the 6 turnovers certainly not helping. Pass to the near side to Grubbs, double teamed immediately, gives it up. Driving here, Bulls pull up jumper, 15-footer left side, a miss. Rebound by Jaden Wells. Outlet pass left side to Beller. Beller back across the court, right side to Sanders. Free look for Jaden Wells. Left wing three, back of the iron. Shot won't go. Rebound and putback is good. The freshman, Haley Beard, at the buzzer, her first field goal of the game, as she has 4 of her team's 26 points. And it's all Washington on pace right now for a 104-4 ball game in the 3A Girls Championship. Back after this on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
Farming today isn't just about hard work. It's about making smart choices. That's where Correction Line Ag and BW Fusion step in. We're redefining crop nutrition with cutting-edge biology that delivers real results. Stop relying on outdated methods. It's time for a fresh approach. CLA delivers data-driven solutions tailored for every growth stage, boosting your farm's ROI. Ready to get started? Call 833-CLA-SOIL or visit correctionlineag.com. Smarter farming starts here.
Well, you have 3 quarters to go, but after a 26-2 start, Washington well on their way to their 5th ever Girls State Basketball Championship. Would be a repeat title, as in that first quarter, Presley Johnson and Kelby Beller, the 2 seniors, each going for 20 of their team's 26 points. Adair has the basketball coming out of the quarter break, and Grubbs, a right wing 3, that one a miss. One of the things you brought up a moment ago, the length of Washington, and they have already been able to get Hannah Bond frustrated with a foul earlier, as here's a pass into the corner. Sanders for 3. She knocks down another.
It's just great offense, too, by Washington, how quickly they move the ball around the perimeter and hit open shots. And on the other end, with Adair, everything is difficult, everything is rushed, and it's one and done.
I misspoke. It was Johnson with that corner 3. It's finally Sweatfeather has her first basket of the game, and it comes with 7:14 to go. But that length is basically forcing Adair just to operate along the perimeter.
Yep.
They're now starting to settle for 15-foot extended jumpers. They're not really even trying to get into the paint.
Yeah, and you look up and you hear the buzzer sound, and the three best players come running out. Coach Simon's got some talented players over there.
And it's the freshman Beard on an inbound steal and a layup. The amount of steals that Washington has so far in this game has to be trending toward about 5, and there would have been a 6th. It's a foul, though, called instead, and rightfully so.
Beard, another 6-footer. I mean, they've got just a wealth of length and athleticism. It's really impressive to watch.
And only a freshman. As they make a change here, Eternity Self, a 6-footer as well, checks into the game.
How old's she?
Only a sophomore.
Goodness gracious. I believe Kale's got 4 or 5 girls, right? Doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Okay. From the Simon brothers, maybe one of the more productive in that area.
He made up for all the brothers.
Yes.
He's got some sweet shoes on. I'll give him that. He's rocking I think those are I don't know what number of Jordans those are, but they're really sweet. So,
in the midcourt circle, it is Kelby Beller, and here's a pass in the high post that draws a foul. If it's on Bond, it's her second, and it is. So Bond picks up her second personal foul. I said Beller is wearing the hairband. Really, it's that athletic tape that all the girls now wear. Started that trend, I think, about 10 years ago, and it's just continued on.
Johnson's got the same thing.
And it's cost Nike a ton in headband sales.
I think they're doing okay, Jay.
Brantley down the right side. And a travel is the call. Well, given the fact that you and I are both sporting Nikes and Coach Simon is sporting Jordan Jow, I think they're perfectly fine. Full court pressure broken up quickly by Sweatpecker. Down the right side. Pull-up jumper from 10. Banks it off the glass. That one a miss. Brantley with the rebound, her third of the game. Outlet right side goes to Sanders. Sanders in the lane. Kick out to Johnson. Left wing 3. Back of the iron. Won't go. Fighting for the rebound. Brantley and Langley. Tie ball the call. The possession arrow sticks with Washington.
They are great on the boards, too. That's the other thing that I've noticed here. Attack the rebounds.
Which is really kind of odd. Johnson in the lane has her shot blocked by Langley. Rebound underneath. Sanders. And Sanders off of the block shot still scores. Or Johnson, excuse me, had it backwards there. As it's Sanders for Adair, that's 22. And here inside, a shot block. Brantley with a great save. Adair fans wanting a foul, not going to get it. Brantley, the freshman, spins inside, 3 defenders. And a travel call.
Man, Brantley's footwork, it's almost so good that she tries to get away with a little bit too much. But, man, she is smooth handling the ball. I think Kelby Beller got hit in the face on that last play, so she had to check out.
You have Sanders, Johnson, the younger Briley Beller on the floor as Grubbs tripped up by Briley Beller. Then rounding out that lineup is Eternity Self for Washington, the 6-foot sophomore. That's the other thing, too, just watching these rotations as Jade Wells checks in. Would argue Washington the deeper team. They've already gone 3 deep into their bench. Adair playing only 1 bench player so far. Sweatbecker to the left baseline, and the jumper draws a foul, unable to complete it. 6 feet out. Coach Simon questioning that call. It is the 3rd foul of the quarter against Washington. Coach Simon making the classic argument about what about down there. So Sweatbecker, after making that one, 3 points, trying to make it 4. Scoreless in the first quarter as she finally releases, and her team down 33-6. And Washington already in transition offense, but the sophomore herself missing at the rim. Sweatbecker with the rebound all the way down into the right corner. Lost the handle, regains control. Picked up by Wells. Pass and stepping out of bounds, the sophomore Langley. Pass was a bit off the mark, and it led Langley into the baseline out of bounds.
It's actually not a bad idea for Sweatfigger to just get the ball and go with it. If you allow them to set up, their length just causes so many issues with passing lanes.
Down low, Self. Down along the right baseline, finds Johnson. Cross-court pass, working its way into the corner. Pull-up jumper from the left baseline, missed by Beller. Rebound Washington. Kick out to Johnson, who hits her fourth three of the game. Sweatfigger with the basketball. Her team down 36-6 now. Left side of the lane, working against Johnson. Kick out to Grubbs. The southpaw releases in Cadets.
It's kind of interesting spin on the ball. It kind of has a side spin, but hey, if it goes in.
Adair at this point needs anything to go in. 36-9 now our score. Presley Johnson looked at a step back three. They work it into the corner. The freshman Brantley for three. Back of the iron, no good. Johnson tips the rebound away out of bounds, and it'll go with Adair. As Washington making some changes, Kelby Beller checks into the game, and now we have a timeout. Timeout, Washington will take it with them. Washington 36, Adair 9, midway through the second quarter. Back after this on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platform.
Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Welcome back, everyone. 36-9 our score. Midway through the second, Jay Lindley alongside Adam Dieselhorse, 3A Girls State Basketball Championship. Washington looking for a repeat title, and they are well on their way right now. Barring something going for Adair, in which it's taken a painted-up football player to get the crowd into it here on the Adair side. Grubbs will inbound over the defense. Sweatfigger receives the pass, goes coast to coast, and finishes. So they break the press finally with a baseball-style pass. And Sweatfigger with now 6 points in the game.
A 2-3 zone action now for Adair. Good
Brantley,
ball movement.
nice pass down low, able to find Beard at the basket. And an end-one opportunity coming for the freshman, who already has 8 points. Terrific no-look pass. Only a freshman, by the way. And there's a reason why that you were talking about it earlier.
But I mean,
certainly we'll get some D1 looks.
Just look at the offense, how crisp it is. I mean, they're just executing just flawlessly right now. I mean, and that's why you see the excitement from the kids too, because they know that's a set Coach Simon called. They ran it perfectly and got the bump they needed.
Briley Beller goes flying into the air, bats a pass out of bounds. He'll stay with Adair. Couple of changes here. Sanders checking into the game along with Langley, while Bulls and Sweatfigger head to the bench. Another long baseball-style pass finds Hannah Bond, and that ball goes in and out. And then, did they just call a foul?
Not sure what's going on here.
A little conversation at the free throw line.
Yeah, they did call
a flop on Washington. Not really sure about that. She tried to set up the charge. She did take a body bump. Honestly, I thought she just got tripped up. So Grubbs will inbound baseline right. Flop, by the way, on Jaden Wells, so another one will result in a foul. Bond, right side, kick pass to Langley. That shot short. Rebound picked up by Briley Beller. Beller moving it across midcourt to her older sister with a pass. Down low to Self. Back out Presley Johnson. Right wing three. And a high arcing shot splashes through. She's got 14 on the day. And it's 42-11. As Sweatberger unable to connect. Left elbow. Johnson moving it right side and out center court. Is Beller down low to an uncontested self. So Eternity Self now in the score column. It's 44-11 Washington. Grubbs, right wing three for Adair, and she hits back-to-back threes. So Finley Grubbs, 5'3" senior, averaging only 5 points per game. She's got 6 of her team's 14. Beller, inside look to self, swatted away by Langley.
Well, and you can also tell Adair's not used to playing zone. They're more of a man team, but it was a good decision to get out of the man because they are not able to man them. But, man, Washington's getting whatever they want in zone sets, too, as well.
And yesterday we watched the 4A boys title game in which Cassia Hall had 2 dominant quarters out of 4 played. But what we've seen so far, this may be the most dominant performance thus far. They're going to say Grubbs touched that ball, and thus Brantley able to bring it back across midcourt to Kelby Beller. Step back right of circle 3, rattles around and in. Beller with her first field goal of the second. She's got 13 points.
Wow, beautiful step back 3 by Beller there. Tough shot.
Sweatberger with the basketball. Feeds baseline left, gets it back off the left wing. Calls for the hoop. Right off the left wing, long range bomb. That one no good. Rebound to Sanders and Adair to Grubbs. And another 3 attempt. That one a miss. It gets off the ankle of a Washington player, goes out of bounds. And should stay with Adair.
Good hustle.
Presley Johnson, though, shaking up on the floor here. A little bit slow to get up off of that baseline. Finley Grubbs will inbound baseline right. Box formation inside the lane. Langley springs out to the right. Instead goes to Sanders. Right wing extended up top to Bulls. And now back to Sanders on the near side. Minute 26 remaining here. As Adair in the road green trying to get something going offensively. Langley well out beyond the top of the key. Now to the left wing. Picks up the dribble. Bounces it out to Grubbs. Closing in on a minute to play here in the first half. Grubbs takes a body bump. Has to hold on to the basketball. Finds Langley now. Langley handing off to Sweatberger. Making her way to the left elbow. Lost the dribble. And here's a steal for Johnson with a pass ahead. Finds Kelby Beller, able to keep it from going out of bounds. Extra pass, works it down along the baseline. The freshman Beard driving. Kick out up top. Brantley with a jab step and a drive down the left side. And a little forearm shiv to create some space. And Brantley in the score column for the first time today.
She did. That was crafty by the freshman.
30 seconds remaining here as Sanders. Keely Sanders hits the 3. But Washington has more than doubled up Adair here in this first half.
And just look at the exhaustion from these teams. I mean, Washington, they play so hard. So does Adair, too.
Again, the depth numbers that Washington has, as here's Presley Johnson, left corner 3. That one won't go. And Washington has purposely sped things up, and now coming into the game is Aubrey Clary, seeing her first action of the first half for Washington. Also back into the game comes Harper Johnson. And one other sub for Coach Simon. As coming in is J.B. Simon, his freshman daughter. Long heave to end the first half, well short of the hoop. And at the end of a dominating first half, I can say this with confidence, Lady Warriors lead. Just happens to be Washington, 49-17 over Adair. Coming up, a quick look at the halftime stats on the way after this. This is the 3A Girls State Basketball Championship being streamed live on Squirtle and across the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
It's more than just your lawn. It's your grass kingdom, your green canvas, your fairway to heaven. It deserves the Kubota Z400. With class-leading speed, agility, a powerful transmission, simple deck height adjustments, and legendary Kubota quality. When you need comfort, convenience, and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
The future comes fast, which is why it's important to start planning for tomorrow, today. So whether you're setting aside money for something special or just safeguarding it against a rainy day, at Gateway, we've got competitive rates on a full suite of savings products. So consider us your gateway to earning money on your money. Open a high-yield savings account with an annual percentage yield of 3.5%. Visit gatewayfirst.com. Gateway First Bank, member FDIC.
The perfect golf swing. Getting to the top. Serving an ace. Whether a professional or a weekend warrior, we all want to do our best. But what if you get hurt? How do you get back to doing what you love? The team at DRH Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide comprehensive and advanced treatment for injuries. DRH Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, working to get you moving again.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Student athletes push hard on the field and in the classroom. But when injuries happen, you want a physical therapist who makes recovery personal. Prime Physical Therapy is more than just a clinic. We're a faith-driven, patient-focused team committed to helping athletes bounce back stronger. Healing happens best in an environment where athletes feel supported, motivated, and yes, even have fun. Parents, you can trust us to care for your athlete like family. Call or text at 405-706-1266 for a free consultation in clinic or by phone. Prime Physical Therapy, helping athletes get back to their prime performance.
Welcome back, everyone. OG&E Coliseum, side of the championship Saturday put on by the OSSA. Today, the final day of high school basketball in the great state of Oklahoma. 3A, 2A, and 5A title games being played today, and all of them being heard here on Squirtle and across the Sports Animal streaming platforms. Jay Lindley alongside Adam Dieselhorse. So far, dominating first half for Washington. The Lady Warriors, they lead at the break, 49-17. And if you want to know what a dominating box score looks like, how about this? In that first half, 12 turnovers for Adair. Of those 12 turnovers, 7 of them were legitimate steals. 5 of them were just throwaways out of bounds. In that first half, Washington 14 more shot attempts than Adair. 35 attempts to Adair's 21, while going 19 of 35 from the field for 54%. And if that wasn't enough, 8 of 17 from beyond the arc for 47%. For Adair, the Lady Warriors, 6 of 21 from the field, just under 30% at 28%. They were also 3 of 11 from beyond the arc at 27%. They were out-rebounded 19-8 in that first half. And Washington, 12 second-chance points to Adair's 2. It's about as dominant of a first half as I've ever seen, as the Washington Lady Warriors looking for a repeat title. Leading scorer here at the break for Adair, 2 players with 6 points. As Allie Sweatfeger, she's so far setting with 6 points with a volume effort, 2 of 7 from the field. She also has a team best 3 rebounds, 3 of her team's 8 total boards in the game. While Finley Grubbs sets with 6 points, a pair of made threes, and an assist so far. Pacing the offense for Washington to this point, Presley Johnson. Johnson, 16 points to go along with no rebounds. Johnson, 16 points, 6 of 11 from the field, including 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. While Kelby Beller, the other senior going to Southwestern Oklahoma State, 13 points off of 5 of 8 shooting, 2 of 4 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown. She has added in 2 rebounds and 2 assists, just under 13 minutes of first half action. One other notable, Hadley Beard, the freshman coming off of the bench, 9 points and 2 boards in just 7 minutes of play. Big time lead for Washington here at the break, 49-17. They lead Adair, looking for back-to-back titles for the second time in their program's history. Coming up, we'll get into the second half after this is the 3A Girls State Basketball Championship. Washington leading Adair at the break, 49-17. You're listening live on Scortal and across the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Welcome to Charleston's, where great food and great service is what's on the menu. Business lunch after landing that big sale? Check. Never miss ordering our mouth-watering spinach dip? Check. Catching up over some margaritas? Check. Or just a craving for our key lime pie? Checkmate. No matter the reason, big, small, or none at all, you gotta come to Charleston's.
Evolve Events strives to provide a top-tier youth basketball experience in the OKC metro area. Our goal is to create a safe, competitive atmosphere that also works within your budget. We are focused on facilitating an environment that will help all players, teams, and coaches grow. Whether you're aiming to take your skills to the next level, secure a spot on your school team, or one day hoist a gold ball at the big house, Evolve Events has a platform for you. Don't just play, evolve. Visit our website at evolveokevents.com to get signed up for an Evolve event today.
I will have... Sorry, but how do you choose? I will have...
Ooh. The old-fashioned banana split sends your taste buds to heaven. But the strawberry shortcake sundae tastes like summer in a dish. Then there's the molten lava cake sundae. Oh, but the banana fudge sundae, I'm drooling.
Or you could get all 4. Let's do that.
Come enjoy your favorite classic sundae at Brahms.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Welcome back, everyone. OG&E Coliseum, where Washington, the Lady Warriors, used up all of halftime in the locker room. They come out to an adoring crowd with a big lead, 49-17 here at the break. There was is a certain football coach at the University of Texas that infamously said, all gas, no brakes. That failed for him. I think he needs to watch Kel Simon's Washington Lady Warriors. because it's been all gas, no brakes for Washington at this point.
It's just, they're a machine, they've got all the pieces. They play hard, and they're coached really well. And this is no offense to Adair. They're a great Class 3A girls basketball team. Washington's putting on a performance right now that rivals any team we've seen down here at the state tournament, regardless of class.
You said off air, this may be the best girls team in the state. They certainly set a signal early. 26-2 was the score at the end of the first quarter. And since then, they've been pretty much in cruise control. Even that last quarter, they outscored Adair by 8. It's Adair with the ball to begin this second half and quickly getting to the rim, but missing is Allie Sweatpecker. And tie up on the rebound, Hannah Bond unable to rip it away from Jaden Wells. And so even when Adair's getting what they want, as they did off of that inbound, they're still hurried up enough, unable to make an easy lay-in.
Well, Sweatfinger hadn't been that open all night. She's surprised.
Pull-up jumper left side of the lane and a rare miss for Presley Johnson. It's Langley to Sweatfinger, who will bring it across midcourt. Adair finding themselves in a 32-point hole. 3 on the way from the left wing. That one missed by Sanders. Rebound by Brantley. Passing ahead to Briley Beller. Beller's pass lost, but then Brantley comes away with a steal. Kick pass, left corner 3 from the left wing. That would have missed from Kelby Beller.
The other thing, too, is Adair has an advantage inside with Bond, but they have not even been able to get her the ball because of how they were being defended.
So far has had one shot attempt. That was a miss, you recall. That was followed up by a foul. Brantley with a steal and a beautiful dish. Able to find Briley Beller uncontested right side of the rim. As here's Sweatfeather from the left of circle mark, missing that 3. And I had going to make the argument, I think they may have a couple of scores wrong here. Here's a drive and unable to get the shot attempt off with Beller. Because I had Briley Beller with a couple of points in the first half. They have her with 4 total. I think the ponytail got in the way because I think they credited Harper Johnson with 2 points, I think. But my eyesight isn't as good as the coach's 8 days, so I've had to go up a couple of scripts on my contacts since then.
As fast as they were scoring earlier on, if somebody missed a score in one spot, I totally get it. Things have slowed down a little bit.
At this point, as Brantley drives, kick to Kelby Beller, left corner 3, won't go. So the worst thing that's happened for Washington, offensively speaking, has been halftime because they didn't get to come out and do any sort of shoot around. Adair, they pretty much went to the locker room and came right back out. They spent about 5 of the 10-minute break just shooting around. Washington, on the other hand, spent basically all 10 minutes in the locker room. Jaden Wells will head to the bench here.
I thought Sweatfigger did a good job there. I thought she took a charge under the basket, but I think this is one of those situations where the officials are probably going to try to not call as many fouls as they can in the second half.
So long as it's not too outrageous.
Yes.
Sweatfigger across midcourt. Brantley giving chase, runs into a screen. They have a mismatch with Bond down low. Instead, Sweatfigger, top of the key 3, and we have another foul underneath.
I think she got hit in the arm.
Well, no, this foul happened on the shot. It's underneath the basket, the official showing, and I believe it's going to be against the freshman. It is. It goes against Bentley Brantley. So Brantley picks up her second. She was locked up with the big Hannah Bond.
Good look. Nice inbounds play.
And they get it in quickly to Bond, and a quick 5-0 run here for Adair.
Well, Washington, they need to get the pace back to where they wanted it. Adair's done a better job here in the second half of playing better defense and slowing things down.
Beller down along the baseline, simply loses it out of bounds. Coach Simon calling a timeout. He's seen enough. His team has been outscored here quickly, 5-2 to start this second half. We take a quick timeout. Washington still in control early in the third. Back after this on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
It's game time and the lights are shining bright. Don't get caught in the dark. Power up with the Generac Home Standby Generator from Moyer Electric and Generators. When the power goes out, your lights, heat, and games stay on automatically. Moyer Electric and Generators, powering Oklahoma's homes like champions. Visit MoyerElectricOK.com or call today at 888-265-3020.
Getting you back a touch late, but you missed nothing. Ball was batted out of bounds. Adair has possession of the basketball. Sweatberger taking the inbound, has to go coast to coast, works off of Brantley, and now is free and running across midcourt. Brantley giving chase. Sweatberger down the left side, high off the glass, shot won't go. Bond trying to save it, cannot. Steps on the baseline out of bounds. Another shot at the rim for Adair and another miss.
Well, Sweatfigger had a couple more steps she could have took. That was about to be an incredibly tough shot and almost went in.
Kelby Beller with the basketball to Johnson, attacking from the left corner. Now loops a pass back to Beller in the left corner. 3 won't go. Rebound by Johnson. Now back to Beller. Another missed 3. Brantley comes through for the rebound. And now Washington will settle into the half court. Brantley on the drive. Kicks it into the right corner. Johnson for 3. That one a miss. And I should specify Harper Johnson with those last 2 3-point attempts, but unable to make either. Washington unofficially starting this second half 1 of 11 from the field.
I was going to say they're kind of coming back to reality a little bit. I don't think reality is 1 of 11, but what they did in the first half was unreal.
I believe the Red Bull has wore off. Kelby Johnson. Their wings have been clipped, but they're still up by 39. Presley Johnson off the right wing. Moves it to the top of the key to Harper Johnson. Now to Brantley on the dribble and drive. A tangle up underneath as Grubbs and the freshman Beard got tangled up. The foul will go against Finley Grubbs. So Grubbs picks up her second personal foul. A couple of changes coming here for both teams. As back into the game comes Reagan Langley. Langley will join the original starting 4 out there. Sweatfegger along with Grubbs, Bond, and Sanders. Changes well for Washington with Wells coming in. She inbounds to Self, who misses at the rim, and a throwaway. Sweatfegger comes away with a steal. From the top of the key, 3 off the mark. Rebound, volleys around, and it's Brantley that tracks it down on the near sideline. The freshman long heave ahead. Finds Harper Johnson. Now driving down to the baseline, harassed by Grubbs. Picks up her third personal foul. And we now have the infamous call it on both sides yell from the near side crowd.
Hey, we made it 2.5 quarters, though.
We'll say that's even said in college arenas. Self to Brantley, right corner, high arcing 3. And Brantley, with only her second field goal of the game, has 5 points. And for Washington, that's their 9th made 3-ball of the game. Bond takes the inside feed to Grubbs out right side. That shot pins itself between the iron and the glass. Self with the rebound and the outlet to Harper Johnson. Johnson now down the left side to the lane, off the glass and in.
Another example of just length, on a much shorter defender and just putting it in with the foul.
Johnson now setting with 9 points and a chance to make it 10. Foul on Keely Sanders. Hannah Bond will head to the bench as Morgan Boyles will check in. A couple of changes for Washington as well.
Well, Washington has completely taken Bond out of this game. You look up just 2 points she has not been a factor at all, and that makes it, outside of all the other things that are making it difficult for Adair, that is another thing that's making it extremely difficult.
Sanders to Sweatberger. Now left corner three. That one an air ball. It's short. Rebound picked up on the run by Harper Johnson. Grubbs tried to draw a charge. Instead will be called for a flop, a miss with a lot of contact at the other end. Ball gets away out of bounds. Last touch by Washington. And now they'll make the motion for the flop on Grubbs that we saw at the other end when Washington was in transition. A lot of contact there, going back to what you said at half, though, Adam. Probably not going to get a lot of fouls here in the second half of this one, unless it's just really egregious. Langley to Keeley Sanders, right wing three. That one a miss. Self with the rebound for Washington. They have numbers, 2-on-1.
Good ball movement.
And now Wells uncontested at the rim on the left side. Scores easily. The feed coming from Aubrey Clary. And here's a long heave ahead. Self with the steal. Throws it back to midcourt. But Sweatfeger there to tie it up. And possession arrow goes with Adair. So Grubbs will inbound here. Adair, remember, they started this quarter on a 5-2 run. They've not scored since. As Sweatfeger gets downhill and got a shot off, but was unable to complete it. She'll go to the line shooting two.
She's got to be tired. I mean, she has played this entire game, hasn't come out one time, has had to handle the ball, had to take the majority of the shots. That's kind of what Washington does to you, you know? I mean, they make it tough on everybody out there.
And now missing her free throw attempt. Now 2 of 3 from the line in this game. And it's not that Washington's really lit it up in this quarter, only 9 points scored. But if Adair wanted any chance of a comeback, he needed to build on that 5-2 run they had in the opening minute and a half.
Goodness.
And they've not had a field goal since. Self blocked at the rim. Second chance for Harper Johnson as it's blocked away out of bounds. Stay with Washington with 2:02 to go here in the third.
Just a great look. I mean, they've got 5 other girls in right now that are hooping.
Wells inbounding.
Beller.
And Briley Beller with a basket. She's got 8 now in the game. Sweatfeger up the left side of the floor, left side of the lane, loops back to the center, throws up a hook shot from 10, a miss. Langley had the offensive rebound, but then just lost it. Hannah Bond checks back into the game for Adair as Keeley Sanders will take a breather. And Briley Beller will bring it across midcourt. She has Wells, Harper Johnson, as well as Clary and Self on the floor. So none of the starters out there for Washington. And a timeout taken by Coach Kel Simon with 1:32 to go here. And only a 30-second timeout, so we'll leave it right here. Of course, coming up after this, we've got our 2A girls state basketball title game.
Boy, 2A girls, that was a class this year. A lot of balance.
Top-ranked team in the state goes out day one.
Howe's been ranked 2 all year. They're really Panos has been really impressive in this.
One of the more explosive offenses against one of the better, if not statistically, the best defense in 2A. So we'll talk about that one here in a little bit. And a couple of championship coaches in that one. Coach Hurt with over 500 career wins. And Coach Brown, he's a Howe alum, graduate of 1990.
Dude does a great job.
600-plus career wins.
And you'll have a guy on the horn with you that has 9 state championships, just past Bertha Teague. So how cool is that?
It'll be fun.
That's some gold between those 3 coaches. A lot of wins. So Kevin Llewellyn was going to be joining us for a couple games, and we'll have Jay will be done after the next call, and he's helped us big time. But then we'll have Coach Hardaway and Coach Chad Tishner and Mark Rogers. So we'll have a handful of people this afternoon.
Of course, had the Coaches Aid Revival last night with myself and Michael Swisher. Here's Johnson, pass batted around by Bulls, gets away out of bounds. They'll say last touched by Presley Johnson.
Man,
And another timeout. Coach Kel Simon is visibly frustrated, which, I mean, I guess you have to have something to complain about when you're up 37 points.
Never stop coaching, though, right? I mean, that's how you get to a place like this with the program, like he has. You know, I mean, he wants to see the best for these kids, no matter who's out there on the floor, no matter what the score is of the situation. So every moment's a coaching moment, and that's what he's taking advantage of. Not a better time to have a coaching moment than this, this scene.
Of course, looking for what is his fourth title, 18 years of coaching. Had the win in 2010 at Roth. His brother, Ed Simon, at the time, was the AD and head baseball coach there in Roth. Back in the Pontotoc University days, when Roth was absolutely loaded, set a state record for home runs in a season.
Had some fun teams back then,
yeah.
Man. Who was the kid? I'm thinking of the kid from Red Oak, but Roth had some good ones too.
There's an inbound here to.
Was it Lane Smith or Lane?
Yes, I'm trying to think now myself, the big 6'5"
Yes.
kid. Yes. Sweatfeger down the left side of the lane and finishes on the left side with the right hand. 35-point game here in the third. It's been all Washington from the get-go. They sprinted out to the gate. They haven't looked back.
Yeah, I think Beller scored the first 10 of the game, or at least 8 of the first 10, I think.
8 of the first 10 is she and Presley Johnson.
Just possessed.
Yeah, they scored the first 15 points combined. And in that first quarter, they combined for 17 of the team's 26 points.
Well, I know Kelby's been dealing with a lot of injuries. She's been battling an ankle injury, a high ankle sprain, and so it's good that she's back healthy again and playing the way she is. She's an absolute superstar. She's been fun to watch down here at the state tournament.
Well, at the age of 46, however they're rehabbing her, send that doctor to me. I have a left knee that's still shot from playing catcher in Wright City, Oklahoma back in 96. Down the left side, here's Beller. Pass over the defense. Now finding Brantley. A
Good
drive.
look.
Nice look. And feeds it down to the freshman Beard, who is now in double figures. And now in the third quarter.
Brantley can see the floor. Goodness gracious.
62-25, all Washington here at the OG&E Coliseum. Fourth quarter ahead after this on Squirrel and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.
Oklahoma Career Tech. It's where confidence is built. It's more than just practice. It's developing the skills to build a successful future. We're doing work that matters.
To more than just us. So, when a family needs me,
When my community needs me. When Oklahoma needs me,
I'll be ready.
GSP Health is your source for quality health care for the whole family, with 4 convenient locations in Northwest Oklahoma to better serve you in Canton, Cherokee, Enid, and Medford, offering medical, dental, and behavioral health services, in-office and telehealth visits available. So call our office at 580-596-2800 or visit our website at www.gsphealth.org. Better access, better care, better health. GSP Health.
62-25 our score as we head to the fourth. Pretty much a foregone conclusion of how this one's going to end. Barring 8 straight minutes of Reggie Miller versus the Knicks. That one may be I would say maybe a little bit old for the folks listening, but nowadays the people that listen are folks our age.
That's true. If they're listening, they're our age.
that reference.
Yes. If they're younger, they're not listening. They're watching. They're watching and listening to Mark Rogers and Shane Wagner on NFHS.
That's here. The basketball, top of the key, is Clary down the right side. Clary to the rim, and she finishes.
Good take by Clary.
Clary, the 5'6" junior, will find herself in the state championship scoreboard. Her first basket of the game. Sweatfeger with the basketball, moves it left side. Now back up top between the two circles. Washington still defending as Grubbs launches a 3 from the left wing. That one a miss. Brantley with her 6th rebound of the game. Passes across midcourt. Now on the drive, the younger Beller. Kick pass, right corner, 3, missed by Clary. Rebound put back by Self. It won't go. You know, and one of the things is Bond brings it across. Sweatfeather, top of the key, 3 for Adair. That shot off the mark. Langley with the rebound, ripped it away from Brantley. Now Sweatfeather with a head fake into the lane, jumper from 10.
Goodness.
That won't go, around and out. A rebound by Wells. She'll skip it out. You look at a team like Washington. We talked a little bit about the depth. And right now, only 2 starters on the floor. As we head to a timeout, we'll go ahead and leave it right here. 6:34 to go, only a 30. And now they make it a 60-second timeout. The advantage of having a program like Washington, where for the season your average margin of victory is 34 points. You know, and you look at things and you go, well, that girl's only averaging 13.5 points. That girl's only averaging 10 points. That's because they're able to do this in the fourth quarter of every game.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, you're now developing on the court sophomore, junior, freshman, to where you then create a machine that's just constantly feeding itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what they're doing at Washington, what Kayla's done, you know, it's always been a great girls basketball program, and you have waves of athletes. But if you look at what this Washington girls program's done, if it's fast pitch softball, if it's track, whatever it is, they're winning at everything they do. And then you go over to the boys' side, they're doing the same thing. If it's baseball, if it's football, you know, basketball's been very competitive, and you know how it is. You've been at small schools, Jay. Winning breeds winning, and everybody wants to be a winner. And so Kayla is just continuing on that path.
Of course, the end of the game is Lainey Gay seeing her first state tournament action for Washington. As here's Wells. Pass into the corner to the younger Beller. Now back out. Wells, left wing, high arcing 3. That one no good. Rebound loose underneath and picked up by Finley Grubbs. Grubbs across midcourt. Adair working the left half of the floor here in front of us. Langley from an inside feed, missing a corner 3. Overshot at Wells with an uncontested rebound. And here's a pass, a rare turnover on the afternoon for Washington. As that pass over the top of everyone, Coach Kel Simon going to the bench and seeing some new newbies into the game, likely not to see Riley Beller or Jaden Wells, the senior, the rest of the way. Those 2 starters head to the bench. As coming in for Washington, here's Grubbs missing that shot. Rebound put back good by Hannah Bond underneath. J.B. Simon into the game for Washington. One other player trying to get a number on. Anna Mitchell, a 5'10 freshman out there. So it's all backups in the game for Washington. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Adair do something similar here in a moment. Bond at the free throw line, only 2 points today. Now with 5 after that 3-point play. Of course, has been in foul trouble as here's a drive and getting to the rim, having her shot blocked as Clary by the 6'2 Bond. To Grubbs, left corner 3. That one a miss. Backside rebound by Langley. Adair keeps possession. Sweatfeather with the basketball. Harassed out up top by Clary. Makes her way to the left elbow. That jumper from 15, a miss. Rebound hauled in by Mitchell for Washington. Coasting through this fourth quarter, long pass up the floor. Now to Mitchell in the left corner. She'll miss a 3. Rebound gets away off Washington, out of bounds. Grubbs will inbound, length of the floor to go. I joked about this in the second quarter that not only had Washington taken Adair's fans out of it, they had taken out Washington's fans. And I mean, this place.
It's a great crowd, but yeah, you haven't, I mean, they were going wild early on.
It's almost funeral parlor-like in here right now. Game has been pretty much decided after a 26-2 first quarter. Jab step, and now Simon for three. That one caroms off to the right. Rebound put back was partially blocked. Now it's bouncing around, and Sweatfeger coming out with it along the baseline. She'll bring it right to left up the floor, passing ahead to Sanders. Sanders inside to Bond. Back out to Sweatfeger. Down the right side, pull up right elbow. A little leaner goes, Steph Curry style. But still, 34-point game. And a timeout for substitution purposes.
Seniors.
Yeah, let's say Simon, I didn't think he would reinsert the starters, but he did here basically to give his fans a chance to get back into it.
Yeah, he'll
give
probably
him a standing. I figure that you'll see him for maybe 2 possessions tops.
Max, just to give him their recognition, which is the right thing to do. That's what he's telling the official right here. So
Beller, the senior, going to Southwestern, upper left corner of the court. To Presley Johnson, I believe you said going to UCO.
Yes. She will be great at UCO at the next level. I mean, Jay, you call a lot of GAC. She's going to be a great wing player in Division II.
Depends. UCO continues to struggle. She might find herself to a GAC school.
This is good stuff. I love it when they do this.
Looks like it's going to be done one by one as well as they take out Kelby Beller. And now the Washington crowd kind of back into it. They have been basically patiently setting for about 45 minutes. They got all the cheering out of the way with a 26-2 start in this one. Wells down the right side. Kick pass, right corner. Laney gave for three. That would have missed. Really, Mize, who checked into the game, finds a cutting Aubrey Clary. And now Presley Johnson subbed out, gets a big hug from Coach Simon as she heads to the bench. And hugs around along the Washington sidelines. Bond. Out up top, here's Sweatfeger down the left side. Kick pass, left wing, three on the way, and a make for Cadence Hughes. So Hughes makes the three, but it's a 33-point lead for Washington. No one setting down on the Washington bench. And the officials allowing it here at this juncture of the game. 2:30 to go. Inlet feed here to Mize, and now we have a whistle underneath. Tie up the call. The possession arrow in favor of Adair is now Jaden Wells will get her standing ovation. She heads to the Washington bench. Grubbs to Sanders for Adair. Three on the way. That one to miss. The net is messed up over here on the Adair side as Bond not looking for a pass. It deflects to a Washington defender. And a whistle for a substitution here as Laney Gay, the senior, gets checked out of the game. And one more sub to go.
I love the student section on every senior that came out. They chanted MVP. That was good.
Well, that's the other thing is a small school. Everybody knows everyone. You're not graduate. You're not at Broken Arrow. You're not graduating with a class of 900.
Oh, and you can see just genuine excitement for each other as teams, as teammates, as all these teammates give each other a hug. I mean, how sweet are the jeans for the Water Girls? I bet a lot of those are Kale's kids too, is what I'm assuming.
Yes, you mentioned that. You have Crosley, Gentry, and Kelby Simon. Those are all your Water Girls. So, or not all of them, but three of the 5. Washington with the basketball, only a minute 27 to go. Mize with the basketball, loses it, picks it back up, goes back up top. And now JB Simon. Simon, hemmed up in front of her dad over on the far side of the court, gets out of trouble. Closing in on the minute to play in this 3A girls title game. Pull up, right baseline, missed by Mitchell. Long rebound Brought back in by Simon, well beyond the top of the key. Got away with a travel down the left side.
She even kind of pushed off a little bit. So
official at this juncture not going to call it. Sweatfetter, by the way, heads to the bench. Not sure the Adair crowd recognized that. As she and Bond now on the bench. The backups are in, and Washington can dribble it out. Dominating start and a coast to a championship finish, 66-33. Likely your final. Scored 26 of those 66 points in the first quarter. Led 49-17 at half. As Simon will dribble it out down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, ball game. Washington back-to-back state titles for the second time in school history, their 5th title. And for Coach Kell Simon, as an individual coach, his 4th title, 2nd as a girls coach. As Washington, near perfect, they finish up the season 31-1. Coming up, post-game wrap-up after this. As you're listening to the 3A Girls State Basketball Championship on Squirtle and across the Sports Animals streaming platforms.
At Geis Farms, we know what community means because we live it every day. That's why we're proud to support Northwest Oklahoma schools, sports programs, and the communities that bring us together. To every team in the area, we want to say good luck this season and thank you for representing your school with pride. From our family to yours, here's to a safe, successful season. Geis Farms, proud supporters of Northwest Oklahoma. And good luck to the Lomega Raiders and Lady Raiders.
Life moves fast, and you deserve internet that keeps up. Say hello to Pioneer Fiber Internet with blazing fast gig fiber speeds designed for the way you live, work, and play. From ultra-smooth streaming and lag-free gaming to lightning-fast downloads and crystal-clear video calls, Gig Fiber gives you the speed and reliability to do it all. Ready to upgrade your internet experience? Visit GoPioneer.com to sign up today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Very quick post-game wrap-up of our 3A Girls State title game. Washington repeat champions for the second time in school history. Their 5th title, and for Coach Kell Simon, his 4th. Winning boys titles at Roth and Okema, and now his 2nd title as the head coach of Washington Lady Warrior basketball. The stat that stands out, Washington started out 26-2, and even in the second half, outscored Adair 17-16. And overall numbers in this game, they shot 54% from the field in the first half. Overall, they end up going 27 of 63 for their 66 points. They shoot 13 more attempts than Adair. Finish up shooting 43% from the field. They were 9 of 28 from beyond the arc after starting the game 8 of 17. Remember, they started that third quarter extremely slow, or this score would be even more lopsided because they were getting whatever they wanted throughout the evening. For Adair, tough day shooting the basketball, 12 of 50 for 24%. They were 5 of 28 from beyond the arc, below 20%. They were out-rebounded in this game 40-24, and Washington took advantage of that. 16 second-chance points for Washington in this game. As Allie Sweatfetter finishing up her high school career, a volume effort, 14 points coming off of 5 of 19 shooting from the field, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. And Hannah Bond wraps up her senior year with a 5.6 rebound performance. For Washington, 3 players in double figures, including the 2 seniors. Presley Johnson, 16 points while going 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. Kelby Beller with 13 points in the game, going 3 of 8 from downtown. And Hadley Beard, get ready, only a freshman. 4 for 4, 11 points and 2 boards in less than 12 minutes of action.
Yeah.
I would say her plus minus is heavy in the plus.
Yeah, I think you can say get ready for a while for Washington. Man, what a performance. And congrats to Adair. What a great season. Nothing to hang your head about. Being runner-up in Class 3A girls is quite an accomplishment. But, man, kudos to Washington. Just a really impressive team.
So Washington repeats as your 3A Girls State champion. And coming up, we move on into the 2A Girls Vanos Howe. We have it coming up for you here in just a little bit on Squirtle and the Sports Animal streaming platforms.